everybody, welcome to Spikey Saturday number 280 on the Mana Leek. I'm John, as always, playing Kaldheim, as always. We've got ourselves a Battle of Frost and Fire, which is pretty okay. It's not something that I'm stoked about, because it's pretty very much blue-red giants. You could probably splash this in like red-green big stuff, but you're not putting this in any other deck, which means we're locking ourselves in a little bit. That said, it is a good card, and the rest of this pack is kind of bad. We have one of the good commons, and the rest are deeply mediocre. I don't like that card, and 2 runes. Bad pack. So yeah, let's take the Battle of Frost and Fire and maybe just force ourselves into something. We get past a Blood Sky Massacre. I also really like this card. I also really like Black-Red. But here's the trick. Black-Red is not splashing Battle of Frost and Fire. Because it would kill everything in your deck probably. It would not trigger the third part. Would Blue-Red Giants splash this? I don't think so. I think we just... Like, there's 2 of these changelings here. We would take the good one. This one might actually wheel, and suddenly we are, and maybe the giant wheels, and suddenly we are super set up for blue-red. This is very forcing, but, oh, no. Calm down. This is very forcing, but I do think that that's kind of the way modern drafting has been somewhat, is force the stuff. There's a poison and a Blood Sky Massacre, but we can just put our friend Resbulito here into black-red. So yeah, let's take that Mistwalker. Let's force things just a little bit. Another rare saga. That's wild. This one's pretty good. Again, if you're green-white. I think we just take this Augury Raven here, though. This is one of the good commons. And maybe a Cravenholt comes back around. So that seems fine to me. So I've definitely reached the point of draft sets, which I think is always a very interesting point, where I stop drafting. I stop playing if it's not Wednesday or Friday or Saturday when I'm recording this video. Currently it's Saturday. It's an interesting point because it typically aligns pretty perfectly with how I feel about the set. I have already stopped for Kaldheim. I do not play this set if it is not Wednesday or Saturday. Zendikar, on the other hand, I drafted Zendikar like the night before the early access stream for Kaldheim, because I loved that set so much. We got an Inga, a Raven, and then some other stinky stuff. Inga's fine, but Raven's just way better. Like, I'll always play Inga in basically every blue deck, but I'm not playing it over a Raven. So Raven's coming in. Does get killed by Frost and Fire, so does Inga, that's fine. Yes, obviously there's a cute little thing of, if I have Inga out and if I play Battle of Frost and Fire, probably we can kill 3 things, and then we can draw some cards. I'm going to take the good cards that are consistently good. The cards that are consistently good by themselves, and that is exactly what a Raven is. That's especially what a second Raven is. But yeah, so I played M21 now and then, up until the end. Ikoria, of course, I stopped. I think I even stopped doing Spikey Saturday. I was just like, I can't even make content for this set. Theros, I stopped pretty quickly. Eldraine, I played non-stop right up until the end. M20, I played offline a bit. What came before that? War of the Spark. War of the Spark's interesting because I don't like it. It's in my bottom half, at least, of my top 40 sets that I have played. But I still played that now and then off stream even. This is pretty mediocre. Luckily, we hopefully are putting somebody into black. None of these are amazing cards, but we've passed some great black, and that should solidify them into it. And we can cut one of our 2 colors here if we are red. I want to be red for the Battle of Frost and Fire. I certainly don't want to be blue-black. Blue-green's a slight option, but I think I just cut blue here. Because we've got a reason with Mistwalker and 3 Ravens. We again, if we were drafting the hard way, drafting the way that I think you got rewarded more in the past due to both set design and average drafter skill. We should have probably taken those black cards, and now we would have been getting these good black cards. But it's so hard to do that, and I think part of that is modern Magic design. Part of that is also just Arena. People aren't remotely as good on Arena as they were on MTGO and in paper and whatnot. And so you can't read signals and you can't put people into colors. And so it makes drafts very strange. What about a fourth Augury Raven? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. But yeah, as player skill goes down, drafts get messier, drafts get much harder to navigate. And harder in a way that there's no solution to. You know, not harder in that it's a challenge to overcome, harder in that you can't do what you want to do. You can't draft, quote unquote, properly, which I think pushes the value of forcing up. If that is the case, we're going to take a place out of Ravens here, obviously. Depart the Realm versus a Cinderheart Giant. We think we're getting a Cinderheart Giant in the next pack. We think. Or a Kinseekers. And it does look like nobody's really taking blue at all. So that's tough on if we get the Kinseekers or the Giant. I'm never really excited about Depart the Realm, so I think we take the Giant just in case we don't get it in the next pack. We didn't get it or the Kinseekers. Okay, then. Okay, then. I guess we can put a Breakneck Berserker in. I don't think we're going to play it. Rune of Speed, eh? And a Firewalker. Firewalker's great. Rune of Speed is maybe the worst one. It's that one or the black one. Our Battle of Frost and Fire looks pretty bad right now. But I mean, if we just end up being like a red-blue aggro Raven deck, could work. Oh, there's the Craven Hulk, finally one that I want. Another Tegrid Shadow as well. It's a weird start to the draft, but it's fine. I'm not playing any of these. Occasionally, you do kind of want to Shackles out of the sideboard. Not often, not often. It's when you specifically find yourself in game 2, having ended up in game 1 with your opponent not going wide, but having just enough blockers that if you could get rid of one, things would be better. Yeah, sure, we'll take the Plains. Tormentor's Helm, I don't think we're going to play that. That's not exactly what our deck's doing. Although if we do just ignore Giants and go blue-red aggro, there's a chance. There's a chance. Let's pretend these Ravens are 2-drops. All right, pack 2. What does it do for us? It's a perfectly collated pack with choices in every color, especially blue. I guess we have a Frostbite. Feels a little late to take a Runed Crown here. Especially when we will have now passed every rune except for the black one. Yeah, I think this is just a Frostbite. We don't exactly have to be red, but I'm not looking to be blue-white. Yeah, taking the Frostbite. We get an Ascendant Spirit, and we've taken like no snow-covered lands yet, so we're going to take this Basalt Ravager, which is great. I don't think we'll get the Bergstrider back. There's a chance we get the Bind back. But yeah, we'll take Basalt Ravager. I assume we're at a few giants now. 3, 4. This will be our 5th giant. Pretty good. Pretty good. There we go. So these people presumably went black. I guess not black-green, because we're getting a Demon Bolt 3rd pick. We're getting a Packmate 3rd pick. There's a Kinseekers that I want, but we're obviously taking Demon Bolt. Following that up, we get the red-blue land. This Craven Hulk should come back. There's a Mists that could come back. So yeah, we'll take this blue-red land here. Because this, unlike the Battle of Frost and Fire, doesn't kill our ravens. Kills our other ground creatures, but not our ravens. And then, yeah, we hope we get that Craven Hawk back. Snow-covered island, kind of exactly what I'm looking for, with a Frostbite sitting here, the potential of getting a Berg Strider, etc. later. We don't want a Shackles, we don't want a Brine Barrow. Again, perfectly collated pack. Now, you might say, well, obviously, blue and red have been cut from us, but you'll notice that a rare and 2 uncommons were taken. 1 common was taken out of this pack. Maybe it was blue or red, but this is just bad pack collation. Rune of Flight, I don't mind, especially in Giants, making a flying 4/4, a flying 4/2. That's pretty dang good. What did I take over that crown? I took a Frostbite. I think I'm still happy with that. But yeah, we'll take the Rune of Flight. Maybe we even play the Tormentor's Helm now so that this is +1/+1 in flying. And we don't want anything else here. We don't want our 7th Shackles that we've seen. What are we cutting right now? These are all 2-drops, I'm pretending. I think I've talked about this. I put these as 2-drops. They are not 2-drops, but they are things that I will put mana into on turn 2. And so I do put them in the 2 slot. Because my mana curve is, where am I spending mana? And I'm spending mana on these on turn 2. We get another Frostbite or our first Bind. We're on 1 Snowland, so this is just a shock. I think we want our first Bind over our second Frostbite. Bind just answers a lot more things at perhaps not every stage of the game, depending on our life total. We are a deck for Raven form. We have 5 flyers at the moment. 6 if we count Rune of Flight. Raven form is actually pretty dang good in our deck. Snow-covered island also would be nice-ish for the 1 Frostbite, but I think we actually just want a Raven form in this deck. Do not believe the hype that it is unplayable. You just have to know when to play it, and when you play it is when you have 5 or more flyers that can block it. We really don't want to be playing this Undersea Invader. Snow-covered mountain, you bet, get in the deck. Because there was also nothing else there. I know this layout is harder to read, but hi, I'm the one playing the game of Magic, and I need to see my deck in something that is useful instead of this pile of crap over here. Ascendant Spirit did come back. We're not playing that, but do I want 20 gems? $20 gems or a hawk that I might play. I'll take the 20 gems. I don't really want a cavalry or a berserker. Guess we can take a cavalry. It's not the worst. I don't know if it makes the final deck though. Another Craven Hawk. There we go. It came back around as expected. Another Shackles for the side, another Shackles for the side, and a Recluse. All right, what do we get here? We get a Doomscar Titan. We get a Demon Bolt. I like Doomscar Titan. But I think we just have to take the Demon Bolt. There's an outside chance this comes back around. Probably not, though, because red-green will play it, red-black will play it. Red-white might not, but probably still will. We're not really in the position for an Avalanche Caller. I don't want to saw it coming. I don't want anything else here. So yeah, we'll take the Demon Bolt. 2 Demon Bolts seems really good. Interesting. Would I splash a Varagoth? Well, I don't want a Raider. We are not really boasting. Otherwise, we've got a Behold. Varagoth's really good, but we're also not splashing it anyway, so I'll take the Behold. It's one of the good commons. 24, we're at 21. We're looking for 2 more playables. Preferably giants or shapeshifters. Although, interestingly, our Basalt Ravager could also count birds or berserkers. Hey, there's the Doomscar Titan I wanted. You're going in the deck. There's another Craven Hulk that we might get back around. I don't know if we'll play 3, but there's a chance. They're much better than you might think. But Doomscar Titan's great. And we'll throw that in the 2-drop slot as well. Just because it tells me I have stuff to do on turn 2. Even if it might not be establishing the board. We get a Hammer or an Arcanist. Hammer's very good. Arcanist is just buying us back a Demon Bolt, but also being a giant. I think we have to take the Hammer, and there's a chance the Arcanist comes back. And this I'll treat as a 5-drop. Well, there's an Arcanist that I want. There's also a Kinseekers. But I think I want the Arcanist. See, well, it's a 2-5. The Kinseekers will be a 3-4 or a 3-5. And the Arcanist is probably the same cost as the Kinseekers, except we might buy back a Demon Bolt. I think that makes the Kinseekers better here, actually. Because this doesn't care about giants, it cares about 5 CMC. Yeah. Yeah, let's take the Kinseekers. Another Mistwalker. A Squash. Hey, there we go. Been waiting for this Squash. What are we at for giants now? 5, 6, 7? Yep, pretty easy Squash. So we're going to be stocked up on removal. We've got flyers. This is looking pretty good. 28, 27, 26, 25. Oh, I've got some cuts to do too. Another Squash. Get in there. Let's get rid of the Helm. We're not playing that. We'll take a Disdainful Stroke. Let's get rid of this Cavalry. I think we just get rid of the Rune of Flight. We don't need that. 2 Squash, 2 Demon Bolt. Don't want to cut too many more creatures. 26. Oh, we're at 23. We're at 23 right now. Take the Disdainful Stroke. I don't think we play it. I don't think we need it. What's this? Red-black land? Sure, I'll take 20 gems. This deck looks good. So what does Battle Frost and Fire not kill? It doesn't kill the Giant, the Hulk, the Kinseekers, the Titan. So there's 5 things it doesn't kill. Green, blue land, not for us. I don't want to carve. I don't want it open, so we'll take a Binding. 3rd Craven Hulk over the Breakneck Berserker. I think that's fine. Because we've got the removal to get us to the late game, and our late game is a bunch of big things in this format. Well, there's the Arcanist that I wanted. Do we cut something for the Arcanist? Probably just the Firewalker. It's a good card, but I think we're kind of set. Removal early game, big things, clear the board, smash. Or big things and fly in. That's a game plan. That's a game plan. We'll take the Helm. Not going to power up any stupid red-white decks around here. I don't think we're going to play a 4th Craven Hulk. I think everything we have is better than a 4th Craven Hulk. And an Ox. Cool. Cool. I like this deck. It looks pretty good. 7, 8. 8 blue, 9 red. Seems correct. We got a Stroke for the sideboard. If we're somehow locked up on the ground, we've got a Rune of Flight for the sideboard. Smashing Success if there's a reason. Cool. Looks good. Let's go. Let's go. Win some games. Lose some games. Somehow not enjoy any of them. That's my plan. So we didn't really see too much black, especially coming from the left. So I think we did actually get the person to our left, or maybe the 2 people to our left, into black. Deck check. How many cards? How many cards? 40. Good stuff. All right. All right. Guess we'll be controlling the game and then frost and firing and going from there. Won't kill our Mistwalker. Will kill their bird. Let me just triple read this. It's 4 to everything. It's not a giant. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. And then scry 3, and then that card that I can't think of the name of. Let's foretell the Raven form. Because Raven forming would be nice on the Shield Mate if need be. This is obviously a pretty standard aggro deck. It's kind of the hotness right now. The Scary Firewalker, sure thing. Let's Mistwalker to present some blocks and something that will survive the frost. And then Craven Hulk will also survive the frost. Yep, you can get your boast here if you want. A Starheim Courser. Do you have a land to cast that? You don't? Oh no. Okay, well. We can Raven form the Shield Mate. And then foretell the bolt. Pass the turn. And then probably just frost and fire next turn. We'll stop that. Boast, what you got? A demon bolt. You can't even foretell that. Ah, but you could cast it. And you do. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I guess we're frost and firing now. Resets them pretty handily. And then we're following up with a bird hard cast holding up a demon bolt. I don't hate that plan. Yeah, let's frost and fire. Whoosh. Was hoping to get maybe a few more creatures. Battlefield Raptor, sure. Scry 3. We're on 5 lands, eh? Question. Blue, blue, red. Okay, I do want the blue. Don't want the mountain. Do want the squash. So we will drop our Raven, holding up that Demon Bolt. Holding up the Demon Bolt? No, just killing the Firewalker. Don't even let them get the boast. Unfortunately, Frost and Fire is not going to let us Tormenting Voice, but that's fine. Yeah, show me a trick if you got one. Super happy to get a trick out of this. Absolutely. Absolutely. We got way more of those birds. All right, so they're foretelling. Sure thing. Yeah, let's get a Hulk. Foretell the Behold. So our Squash is online. We've got Frostpire, which probably will kill most things they play here. I would love to know what they foretold. Starheim Courser's fine. Show me the, whatchamacallit, please. The Iron Verdict. Oh, you don't even have white up. Never mind. You have red up. It's another Demon Bolt. Sure. Well, let's reset the board for a second time. Kinseekers is nice. What do we got? 5 mana? I wouldn't mind 6 mana so that we can play Craven Hulk and have Squash up. So let's go land Kinseekers. Kill the board. They still only have 4 lands. It's definitely one of them, their aggro decks. Let's drop the Craven Hulk, pass the turn. Got a Squash up if need be. It's a touch warming. Dwarven Hammer. It's fine. Totes fine. Let's smash on in for 4. I have 2 mana up. Could I have cast Behold? I probably did. Probably should have. Whoops. Drop our Kinseekers past the turn. Just the equip on this? 3? It's fine. Easy squash in response. Another Dwarven Hammer, all right. You got yourself a 5/1 there. Yeah, I'll block easily. Easily. Take a damage, that's fine. They're down to a creature. If they don't have creatures left, they cannot equip. And that's what our Squash is going to do. And Basalt Ravager is going to do that while keeping our Squash up. Shoot that. And this should start to close the door. Got him on a 2-turn clock. We squash nearly anything they play here. Rune of Speed on there. Sure, draw your card. Land. Tormentor's Helm, sure. Equipment does nothing without creatures. Drop ourselves a bird. I guess, do we play around? You shouldn't play around Doomskar, but we'll play around Doomskar. They don't need to see another bird yet. There we go. Got there. Okay. Aggro deck. Pretty standard. A whole bunch of artifacts. I'm not going to put in a smashing success, I don't think. Although they are also, well, they finally found some lands. Let's respect them that they're playing a reasonable 17 or maybe 16. Yeah, I think we just go back in. As long as they don't flood the board too fast without us getting one of our resets, I think we're pretty okay. Hey, one of our resets. This looks good to me. Looks very good to me. We can foretell our Bolt or Raven form. They got themselves a Raptor, sure thing. Please put a rune on that Raptor, I dare you. Cavalry, sure. Hit me for 1, sure. Is there a chance we want a bird instead to block? I guess they had Demon Bolts up the wazoo, so maybe not. So yeah, let's foretell our Demon Bolt. Just gotta find 2 more lands. 2 more lands and we're doing pretty good. 1 more land and we're doing pretty good. Let's foretell the Raven. Pass the turn, we'll look to Demon Bolt. Cavalry? Oh, we'll look to Demon Bolt that. That's easy. Easy peasy. You don't need a Spectral Steel, bud. I always forget. What does this do? You exile it to return another aura or equipment. Sounds good. Okay, so Battle of Frost and Fire is going to kill our bird if we play it. It would also kill our Ravager if we play it. But we have more birds where that bird came from. So let's play the bird to potentially get like a demon bolt out of their hand or something. And then we still have to find our 5th land, but if we do, we get to reset the board, and they're pretty out of cards. 2 cards left in hand, no attacks. I like that. I like that a lot. Let's get in for 3. And then I guess we Basalt Ravager. Or no, we could Arcanist, find another other Demon Bolt. We might not have to do a reset here. That must mean they have nothing but lands in hand. 5 mana past the turn, cast nothing. It's got to be lands. Yeah, I think they're flooding. I think they be flooding. They know we've got this Demon Bolt, so let's smash on in. Well, no, let's just fly on in. We don't need to get that greedy. Fly on in. Let's shoot the cavalry. Because I don't care about lifelink. I care about them having haste stuff. And then we'll foretell the Raven. Don't need to foretell that Demon Bolt. They'll think this is the Demon Bolt. Another Battlefield Raptor, you got it. Land sounds good. So that's presumably just another land in their hand. Let's get in for 3. No blocks. Another Raven. Foretell the Demon Bolt. Looking somewhat hard for them to come back here. Rune of Speed on a land. Strange choice, but okay. You can do what you want, I suppose. Pass the turn, no need to bolt. Fly on in for 3, and actually I'll trade the Ravager for the Story Seeker here because we have the resets if we need them. And drop the Frostpire, pass the turn. Why on the land? Like, obviously, making the Raptor a 2/2 isn't that exciting, but it's a thing they could have done, right? They're not blocking, so they come in for 1. Correct play. Another Raptor. You got it. Shows me the final land. You got it. We have no need to use that Demon Bolt. Let's not be greedy. In. 1 block sounds good. And I guess once again, for literally no reason, we play around the Doom Scar. I don't suggest doing it, but considering it's like one of the only ways that this opponent gets back in, we may as well not even give them that chance. Hit us for 1, sounds good. Show me the last card. They die. Cool. 1-0. 1-0. Stack's good. Stack's really good. Let's head back in for match 2. So yeah, if you checked out the Kingdom Death Monster stream, either live, in which case you probably chatted, or the video that I uploaded yesterday, let me know what you think. That will be a thing that will happen going forward. Most Fridays I'll be on Twitch continuing that campaign, which I don't know if it will last much longer based on how Friday went. But yeah, I'm going to keep posting those probably Fridays-ish, although I guess maybe like Thursday makes more sense because then you could watch last week's and then attend the Twitch stream on Friday. Probably makes more sense, I think. But yeah, it's a super fun game. Really enjoy it. Chat seems to really like it. So we're going to keep doing it. So we get an Augury Raven on 3. Double Foretell on 4. Looking like another aggro deck, which means our resets are going to be real good. So it's Foretell. So we've got a Raven cast and Frostbite held up next turn, which would be great. Especially if they can't equip that helm this turn. Lando for Turno. That's a 2-2. That's exactly what I want to see. Yeah, let's play our bird. Pass the turn. Get ready to Frostbite that pet. Land for turn. Doom Scourge. Yeah, let's Frostbite the pet. And then we'll Raven form the Cardor. Oh no, I have to attack the horror. Yeah. Yeah, let's Raven form Cardor. Whoop. You're a bird now. You can fly far, far away. Rune of Mortality. Sure. That's fine. I got more birds where this came from. I got way more birds where this came from. Oh, you think you're racing me? Well, I got some news for you. In for 3, drop a Hulk. Also just casually present a one-sided board reset. Yeah, it's still going to be a reset. Vengeful Reaper. Okay, well now it's much less of a reset, but this battle's looking real good. This battle's looking real, real good. So if we come in, they block Reaper on Hulk. We get in for 3. I think it's just time for the reset. Especially because the reset will be followed up by a Doomscar Titan. Yeah, so let's kill everything on the board except for the Craven Hulk. Let's get in for 4. Follow that up with a Doomscar Titan, unless we need to pop the Pyre on something. Because this will be... Squash that? That's fine. A-okay. A-okay. Let's get rid of that. Let's draw both of those, I suppose. Starting with the Bolt. But yeah, we're going to go Doomscar Titan. Smash on in for 5. Take him to 5. Double Rune of Mortality. That thing has double Death Touch. Land for turn. Kill my Titan. You got it. Have we used a Demon Bolt? We have not. Okay, so we will Frostpire Arcanist, drawing 2 cards and discarding a card. And we'll discard Kinseekers. Could have been really cheeky and discarded a Demon Bolt to draw a Demon Bolt. All right, so we just need to dodge an X4 here. Land. 3 me? Sure. And I have to discard a card. Oh no. Goodbye, Hammer. Goodbye, Hammer. Hammer not gonna hurt him. Let's get in for 2. Let's drop our bird. If that's a Skull Raid, I think I'm pretty okay. So let's play out the land to have the Demon Bolt up. They died. So another good matchup for us, I think. I think we just go back in. They have slightly bigger things than the last deck did. But I mean, basically all of our removal works. Frostbites are going to be great for picking off these pets before they grow. We're picking off an X2 that gets the helm on. So yeah, let's head back in. But yeah, Wednesdays on stream will continue to be Magic. This week we played one draft of Kaldheim. I went 2-1 and did not have fun. So we switched over to Kingdom Death Monster and had a lot more fun. So much more fun. But we'll go back to being a responsible Magic content creator and doing nothing but Magic on Wednesdays. I turned the fan on because it was hot. Now it's kicked up dust. And now I'm having issues breathing properly. Let's drop that Pyre, pass the turn. So our resets, especially Pyre-wise, don't work quite as well because they've got a lot of X3s. Let's start getting our birds going, I suppose. Dream Devourer is an interesting card. People are really down on it, and I don't think that's correct. Like, the value of just foretelling literally any card is really good. Yeah, it only becomes a 2/3. That's fine. So yeah, let's get this Raven down. See if we get like a... And yeah, here's the trick. I was like, oh, what if we get Demon Bolted? This could be Carter. Who even knows what it is? Could be literally anything. So we are playing out to our Frost and Fire, which, I mean, you know, this is still just showing all of the flaws that I think I have with Kaldheim is, haha, we win when we play our rare. Ah, it was an actual foretell card. Well then. Elderfang Disciple. Oh no, what will I discard? Perhaps this land. Oh, that Frostpire is actually going to do some extraordinary work. We're going to play the Raven. The Hulk is a little bit greedy because if they kill the Raven, the Hulk can't block. Are we popping this next turn? Blue, blue, red, red. Oh, no, we're not popping this for a while. We need to have 6 lands down. We've got 2 turns to go. So let's just live 2 turns. Live 2 turns and we kill everything except for that Devourer. Foretell a card, you got it. Last card in hand, what is it? Foretold, of course, makes sense. 4/3 Devourer, I'll put a bird in front of that because that's the one thing we're not killing. Now Frostpire wipes their board. I guess we'll Arcanist here, even though we're not going to get anything, but it's going to block really well. And then since their board's going away, we may as well get in for 3. Demon Bolt? Sure. I got way more birds where that came from. So many more birds. Be an X2, please. Red Shimmerdrift Veil. X3. Sure. Let's kill this. Drain me for 1. Drain me for another 1. Let's attack in, see if they forget that I have the Frostpire. They do not forget that I have the Frostpire. Yeah, we've got to activate it here, and then we can bind Carter next turn. No, no. So we're going to go to 4 by getting hit by Carter and binding Carter, but, you know, you got to do what you got to do sometimes. Carter's Vicious Return. Okay. Well, positive news, we didn't have to bind Carter. Negative news, they are getting Carter back, and we can't bind it. Because we would die. Okay, then. We have 1 turn. That's fun. Discard that bind. We have 1 turn to find A Demon Bolt. Demon Bolt does it. Squash also does it. Squash also does it. In. And then we'll kill Carter here so that they can't run amok if they just drew it. That was early, but holy moly. 2-0. Into the finals we go. That was one of those situations where it was like, well, let's flip a coin, see who wins. Which is interesting, because I think in those situations, people are frequently like, oh, the streamer identified that there was this one card that they needed to draw, and they drew it. Look at this deep strategy game, but I didn't have any choice as to whether or not I drew that card. I identified what I needed, or a version of what I needed. But then I flipped a coin and I won the coin flip. We'll keep. Boop. Man, we're playing. People playing 40-card decks playing properly. Apparently, I got to remember to play on Friday nights. And then we'll face nothing but the 45-plus card decks. So we get a Raven on 2. Hulk on 4. Or sorry, Raven on 3, Hulk on 4. Then Squash and Foretold Behold are up. Dwarven? Sure. Nothing but aggro decks. We're looking amazing with this Battle of Frost and Fire. Let's drop a Hulk. No attacks. Present some very solid blocks here. Demon Bolt my Hulk. It's pretty okay by me. Breakneck Berserker. No attacks. Well, I like that. I like that quite a bit. We're going to save this battle because I think it's going to get even better, especially with what we've got in hand. So we will Foretell Behold the Multiverse, which keeps up Bite and Squash. Land for turn. Oh, that's rude. Sure. You done did killed my bird. I'm going to Frostbite this Breakneck. And we'll Behold the Multiverse. No, no. Hey, more birds. More burbs. And an untapped land, exactly what I wanted. So we can drop a bird. And do they think that they're racing us? Let's keep doing 4 to each other. Keep the Squash up for a threat. Or some sort of like run amok response. Carter's Vicious Return. You're going to kill my bird. Sure. So what are they returning? Just a 3-2? Sure. I guess they have to discard a card too. They might discard something big. We'll take 2. That's fine. A Cinderheart Giant. Hello. In for 4. Drop another bird. And then I guess we'll discard Cinderheart Giant. They can't return my stuff, right? From your graveyard. So yeah, we'll discard this giant, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are 1 land away from casting it. But I mean, against this deck, this Battle of Frost and Fire should be amazing. And the Squash is obviously great. So yeah, let's discard the giant. They discard a Haggy Mob. Okay, we can squash that, no problem. No problem, we can squash that. Just need to dodge a Skull Raid, I guess. Feed the Serpent, sure. Hit me for 2. Foretold. Aha. Hit me for 2. Ah, they have realized they are not exactly racing at the moment. In for 4. The chumps. The chumps. Let's drop the Frostfire past the turn. We'll squash the Haggy Mob the second it comes back so that they don't have the opportunity to run amok. What you doing? Squash. Go away. Go away. Land. What is the Foretold card? Damn it. I needed that to not be Skull Raid. Pass the turn. If they're playing 1 Skull Raid, they may be playing 2 Skull Raids. Ooh. You want to trade? I bet you do. You don't. Well then. What about a second Craven Hulk? Perhaps you should have traded. Ugh, I don't like that. Oh, come on. Ow, ow. Thank you. Let's shoot that. Oh, that's not lethal. I'm bad at magic. I'm bad at magic. That's not lethal. Why did they go to 9? Because 5 plus 4 equals 9. When the hell did 5 plus 4 start equaling 9? Who the hell let that happen? Yeah. No attacks, I guess. We're just dead if they know how their land works. I was positive that they were at 8. I guess I forgot that Valkyrie got that +1. Do they know how their land works? Well, that also works. But they could have used their land. So what could we have done there? We could have instead killed the Valkyrie. Wouldn't have mattered. Wouldn't have mattered. We kill the Valkyrie. They still draw the Demon Bolt. They still kill our Craven Hulk. We're still just dead. We take 7 there. Okay, so don't let them draw their Mythic. Kaldheim. That's Kaldheim. That's the deep strategy of Kaldheim. So what is... We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've got a bunch of things that a Disdainful Stroke will hit. Bunch of things. And I don't think we would need the hammer. We're not exactly a hammer deck. Deep strategy of Kaldheim Limited. Play first. We'll keep. Foretell the bird. Play the bird. Go from there. Foretell the bird. Foretelling your reinforcements without a red source. Foretelling Skull Raid. I think that's about all we saw. Another foretell. Looks like they're off a color. This is our chance. So how do we maximize this chance? I guess like a Doomscar Titan out of nowhere, although we'd have to draw an untapped land for that. So I think the safer play is Craven Hulk. Oh, they found a red source. I was going to say, look at us outplaying our opponent by having them randomly not draw their color. A Carter. I have to attack into your Carter. Oh no. Whatever will I do? Let's attack on in for 7. Foretell the Doomscar Titan. Let's see if we can close this door. I don't get trample, right? You're not like a full-on whatchamadoodle. Another Carter, eh? So we play Doomscar, they block. Doomscar, they take 5, they take 9 and go to 1. Or we just kill Carter again. Just kill Carter again. In for 7, take him to 3. And they've got to do many things with 5 mana here. We're talking 3 blockers, 2 kill spells and a blocker, 2 blockers and a kill spell. I guess the reinforcements begin to help, although not in the air. Skull Raid? Sure. This is the card I wanted. Valkyrie. Stupid friggin' mythics, but I don't think that does it. So they go to 7 and they take 9. Take 9. Or 10 if you want. Or 14 if you want. Look at that. Look at that. We beat the mythic. So what was the other Foretell card? Second Skull Raid. Told you they'd play a second Skull Raid. All right, so they're Skull Raiding something fierce. So we want to keep that in mind when possible. No reason for a Shackles. Yeah, let's just go back in. Dodge their stuff. Draw our stuff. Seems okay. We'll have a Ravager doing 2 on turn 4. Seems okay. Foretell one of your many Skull Raid, sure thing. I'm assuming they're using Skull Raid almost a little bit more as a divination. Dwarven reinforcement? Sure. Let's pop our bird down. Ask them to not have removal for a turn or so. And also it's time for us to get land screwed and I guess not get to play Magic. No removal? That would be nice. If we do hit a land, at least our Ravager does kill one of these 2/1s. All right, so that'll be their Skull Raid, I guess, and that'll be their other Skull Raid. And we sure did not draw a land, so that's cool. So foretell that, pass the turn. Is it time for the Mega Ultra Double Skull Raid? Demon Bolt. Not from the Foretell Zone. Land, please. Hey, look, we did it. We're good at Magic. So let's Basalt Ravager, kill one of those. Because we're in sort of a weird spot of how exactly we get back into this. Kind of a weird spot. Breakneck Berserker. Well, we're not racing that, so let's trade with the Breakneck. Take 2. Another Dwarven reinforcement. Okay. We're super well suited against their deck if we can find the Frostpire or the Battle of Fire and Frost. But we gotta find it. So let's drop the Kinseekers, pass the turn. So I guess we need to behold very soon to try to find the battle. And we need this Kinseekers to not just die this turn. Hey, look, it did. So we're going to 8. Missing a land drop killed us here. Like, that's magic. Which is not an acceptable response to make it okay. It is still bad experience. Significantly bad experience. Doomscar. So yeah, we have to find battle right here, right now, in order to give us like one turn. So we got to pitch both of those, draw two. We find nothing. We drop our Craven Hulk and we go to 2. Or they just run amok. Cool. That's Kaldheim. We won the games that we drew a rare, and we lost the games that we did not. We lose to the Mana Screw. Fun Magic design. And this is why I'm getting so sick and tired of this game, to be honest. And especially this format. Nothing I did mattered in any of the games we did. Not just those ones that I lost, the ones that I won too. Like I talked about when I was like, I need to draw this card, and I drew that card. Would you play a game where I was like, I need to roll a 6, and then I rolled a 6? Would you call that super interesting game design? I don't think so. But that's Kaldheim. This is why I am done with this format and not playing it, except for Spikey Saturdays and Wednesday streams, I guess. Let me know what your experience is. It does sound like basically everybody is over with this format now. I see a couple of people on Twitter being like, this is the best of all time. And then I see the vast majority of people saying, no, this is a pretty trash format. So let me know how it goes. Like I said, I'm not enjoying my wins or my losses. We 2-1'd there. We 2-1'd on stream. I've 3-0'd more in this format than any other format ever. And this format's only halfway over. But I don't find the wins or losses fun. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you're thinking. All those things. See y'all next time.